Had a great week. Welcome to Cooped Up Live, should I say. My sporadic broadcast where I just talk about whatever I want to talk about. I'm still making my note card here, so bear with me. There we go. While we are waiting on some folks to join, coopedup.com is my website. You can check that out at any time. I'm Cooped Up is my handle on all the socials. I'd love a follow wherever you are. And wherever you watch or listen to this, it is on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, as well as rebroadcast in audio format on the major podcasting platforms. Click the bell, subscribe button, whatever you want to call it, so that you do not miss a minute of the fun. Hey, Mama, how are you today? Hope you are doing well. Well, I just got, so Claire had her last day of fall break today. The kids' schedules are not aligning this year. But so she had the whole week off, and I promised her that I would take her to Target to get some beauty supplies and all of that kind of stuff today. And so I did. And let's just say it was not a cheap trip. And I'm obviously a sucker for anything that my little baby girl wants, or has a convincing argument about. So the total for our Target shopping trip was $298, and we were in the store for about 55 minutes. I kid you not. Now there were certain things that we bought that were a little on the pricier side, just generally speaking. A bunch of breakfast bars, protein bars, those tend to be on the more expensive side. We bought a gift card for someone, a Starbucks gift card for a birthday gift. I'm trying to think of what else, just some other random stuff, but a lot of it was, so Claire's like, oh, I need this face mask. Ooh, I need this makeup remover. Oh, and here's the thing. I'm borderline a lady, but I don't know shit about makeup. Like, I don't know, like, are you supposed to put like what layers go on top of what's appropriate, what makes things look good. The full extent of my makeup wearing is occasionally I will put on, I have a little bit of a lotion that just evens out my skin tone, like for a party or something like that, and has a little shimmer in it. But other than that, I don't know anything. So I'm pretty sure that we bought everything that Target has. And, they have that Ulta section now. And so there is that too. Target's just a little bit more expensive. And here's the thing I'm super proud of for her. She either is a master bullshitter or she is a great researcher, because every single thing I'd be like, oh, what's that for? Oh, you do blah, 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 and had a completely plausible sounding reason for it. All of that. And so I'm a sucker. And this was actually our first refresh. So as you may remember, Claire started wearing makeup only about, maybe about 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Took her to Ulta. I think it's been that long. Actually, that would have been in August, which was only last month. Okay, stories messing up in my brain. So it was early August, though. So we're talking about 2 months. And we dropped about $300 at Ulta, the freestanding one. And now we have got that, the one inside Target too, which is nice. But less than an hour, I was like, damn, these are like lawyer rates, girl. $300 an hour. Actually, lawyer rates are a lot more than that. One of the things I was also looking for while I was there, we also needed stuff like shampoo, and I had not been to Target in a million years. I'm just getting so spoiled by buying things on Amazon, or we get our groceries from Walmart delivery, and I can just throw anything into a Walmart delivery cart. That's why I like Walmart delivery, because if I need a pillow or a lamp or dog food or some motor oil or anything like that, I can get it with the milk. It makes it a lot easier. Yeah. And today marks 1 week since I got the Dysport injections in my forehead and here. And it's all finally starting to even out. They told me it would take about 10 days to take full effect. They said it's faster than Botox, but I felt like my Botox, when I had that, it was a lot faster. This is more subtle. Sandy's at the Minnesota airport. Weather was great until this afternoon. It felt like a muggy Texas afternoon. Yeah, it's like 100 degrees here too. And Sam is asking, when have you ever possibly put motor oil in it? I am remarkably handy, and I don't do my own oil changes, but I do put we do our own oil changes on the lawn tractor that we have because we mow our own lawn. I refill the windshield wiper fluid in my car. I go through that like crazy because I park my car in the driveway, so I have to like hose it off every morning from the pollination and all that kind of stuff. So, anyway, lies. Believe what you want. So, but anyway, back to my dye sport. So they said dye sport would probably take up to 10 days. And Aaron is saying his dye sport kicks in within 4 days. Botox takes 7 to 10. I'm having the opposite reaction. But here's my thing with dye sport. So I am still able to, I think I kind of like it better in that I still have natural movement, sort of. Like I can still move my eyebrows but I can't put them together. So I'm like trying really hard right now to mush my eyebrows together, and it's not working. And if I try, so basically the moral of it is, if I really, really, really try, I can make wrinkly faces, which I can't do on Botox, but it's more natural looking, I think. So yeah. Anyway, so I like it. People are like, oh, I love it. It's so much better than blah, blah, blah. I don't know that it's like a big deal to me. It's like dead face is a dead face is a dead face. And it hasn't really been all that speedy. I do feel like it has more evenly deadened my face, like over time. Like I haven't had like a zone go dead and not the other zone. Like it spread faster, if that's what you mean. Or if that's what I mean. But so yours really, you get your dye sport kicks in within 4 days. See, I'm not trying really hard, and I can just I've got little micro movements on my face. But I did not get droopy eye. One time I got like slightly droopy eye because it was too close. It was this one, which tends to be the droopier one anyway, because I kind of squint in that eye. But anyway, and then I have been using also, I switched face cream. So I've become an Olay girl, y'all. I was doing a bunch of research about good products, all that kind of stuff. In every single magazine article, every single thing that I saw pointed at Olay being the best for the money, and that the next best is like a gazillion dollars cheaper or more expensive. And so over the weekend, I bought an entire portfolio of the collagen peptide line, because I was reading, and that's what so I tried out the hydrocolloid stuff, and it made my skin itchy, and I still had to put other lotion on. But if I did the collagen peptide kind, so I bought so I still use just there's a face wash with collagen peptide in it that I've used, and then I just use a regular toner on my face. From Kiehl's, just super basic toner. And then I've been putting like a super serum on my face, which you just kind of do lines like that and rub it in. And a collagen eye cream, and all of this from Olay, collagen eye cream, and then collagen like leave-on lotion. And it seems to be working. I can tell a difference in like my skin tone. It feels bouncier. It looks like maybe it's placebo effect. I don't know. But my mother uses Olay as well. So, and it feels good packaging, good weight of materials, good all. Like I didn't feel cheap in it. It's actually not cheap in any way. The little thing of eye cream, I think it was like $30 for a little thing of eye cream. But you just tap a little bit and you just put it under your eyes. So this light's a little harsher than normal. Do you poke your eye with that finger? I know. So I really have to go to the doctor about this. I have one of those contractures where you get too much cartilage or something, and yeah, it's over the years it's been getting worse, but just recently I think it is tightened up a lot. I'm catching it on things, so I just need to go take care of it. They cut your hand open, and I think they just scrape the cartilage off, and then it's not anything with the joint. It's that it has like a nodule that is pushing on the tendon. It's called not a knot. There was some phrase that it used. I was doing a bunch of research. Super common. Like 20% of white men get it. Very common among men, specifically white men of Northern European origin. And there are other things. Drinking is one of the things. If you are a moderate to heavy drinker, which I say, yeah, my father had it. There's very hereditary as well. So anyway, oh, and I forgot to mention while we're talking about face stuff. Do y'all have any recommendations for a facial treatment system for a teenage boy, specifically a Latino teenage boy, specifically a Latino teenage boy named Mason? Because I've told him I think that it ultimately comes down to you just have to have a routine, right? I've never had a blemish problem. I've never had anything. I'll just occasionally get a zit, but he's starting to get acne, and I don't think that it's like I think it's just not having a system. So we have a 3-step process. It's face wash, toner, and a salicylic lotion. He just has to use it regularly. But I think we're going to need to bring out the big guns and maybe have something that's a little bit more substantial, a little bit more expensive, a little bit more like a moment, if you will. Like where it's like, have you done your proactive system? Have you done your Retin-A system? Maybe it needs to be prescriptive. I don't know. I think most of the things that were prescriptive when we were teenagers are now like over the counter. I've seen like Retin-A. I saw Proactive at Target today, but I don't know enough about it. So, but would love thoughts. You don't have to share them now. If you have thoughts, share them. Sam is saying, oh my God, I have a 17-year-old Latino boy. I have a regiment for him, but luckily his face is flawless. I hate him. Yeah. So we're getting the like little pizza thing here. I know the forehead is because the hair hangs down on it, and the pizza things and a lot of whiteheads as well. And I think it's just, he's like, I do wash my face. I'm like, Mason, I walked in this morning and you were still wearing, this morning when you woke up, you were still wearing the clothes that you were wearing yesterday. I guarantee you did not just fall into bed, but between getting in your room, you washed your face and all of that, but just somehow forgot to take your clothes off from yesterday. Like those things do not jive with me. So, and Sam's also saying, thank God I'm not white about the contractures. Yeah, there are some benefits or some disadvantages to being white. There's not a lot of them, but there are some. Bad joints, that's one of them. Anyway, so if you have so what is your regimen? I have a regimen for him, Sam. What is it? What is it? A certain brand? Is it a certain thing? Because my worry is that if he has I don't know enough about acne. Again, because I have always had pretty flawless skin. But if you get a whole bunch of it, is that how people what leads to people having that face set on fire and put out with a golf shoe look, like where it's all kind of quivery and discolored and all of that stuff? Like that's my fear. I don't know. I don't know enough about it. I don't even know what to research about it. So anyway, if you have any recommendations, please share them. What else? Oh, tonight Pink was supposed to perform here in Dallas, and everyone. I did not have tickets, but I know a lot of people who did, and I know people are just raving about the show. And actually, also she was performing with Brandi Carlile as well, which is having a total moment right now. And the reason I keep using the past tense version of that thing is about an hour ago at 3:30 this afternoon, she canceled the show for tonight. And I feel terrible for the people. I mean, she says she did it because she has a sinus infection. The doctor told her she shouldn't go on, blah, blah, blah. I believe her. I think she's truly a genuine person. I think that if she had any hope of going on, she would have. I feel like she is the type of person who would do that. But I feel terrible for anyone who hasn't heard yet, like you've been at work or whatever. And if you're hearing it now, sorry. And then also I feel really bad for the people who potentially came in from out of town. Because I know how that feels. I'll share a story about that in a moment. They did reschedule the show already, but it is for the Sunday after Thanksgiving. So it is during Thanksgiving weekend. which also is, there's a lot of gays and lesbians going to this show because she's got a huge gay and lesbian fan base. And there are a lot of gay and lesbians who take the Thanksgiving holiday and the Christmas holiday, and they travel to like exotic places. They don't do the big family thing. Many of them have been ousted by their families or whatever, but or they just don't do it. And so I feel bad for those people too, because if you had like wanted to go to this show, because supposedly it is a phenomenal show. It's at a venue that I do not like. It is Globe Life Field, which is the baseball park, which is the acoustics are terrible. But I do believe they have the top open for her. When we saw Elton there, they did not, and it was hot and it was echoey and all of that kind of stuff. But Pink's show is it's very acrobatic. Like I think she flies around, jumps around, spins around, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, and then I don't know if you bought it and were really excited about her being with Brandi Carlile. Also, I don't know if Brandi Carlile's at the rescheduled show. So Monica's saying that's not why you didn't like it there. Though there's many reasons. I thought the acoustics were terrible. It was so hot in there, so hot, which contributed to my blackout. But yes, there's that too. So we had a similar experience, though, as like people who may have come in from out of town or already getting ready for the show tonight, all that kind of stuff, maybe pre-gaming or having a nap beforehand. So Todd and I and our friend Steve and our friend Jeff and our friend Jack also, so 5 of us, we all flew out, all gay men, we all flew out to Las Vegas specifically to go see Cher, her Vegas show that was in the same arena that Adele is currently in. Elton was also there, and Celine was also there. And they would play when Celine wasn't playing. Elton would play, and then Celine took a break for a while, and Elton was playing, and then Cher would play when Elton wasn't, like in kind of the in between stuff. And I saw Celine there, great show. Saw Elton there, wonderful show. I've seen Elton so many times, and I've now seen Adele. But we flew out specifically to go see Cher. And we get there, and this is kind of before kids for sure. So I would say iPhones weren't around yet. Smartphones in general were not around yet. I think that I still had a Nokia, like a where you had to, if you texts cost 10 cents a text still, and all of that. And you had to push like the one button 3 times to get a C, and what I'm talking about. But anyway, so they so we go out there, we stay at, where did we stay? I think we stayed at the Wynn. I love the Wynn. And then we go out to dinner early because we know we have tickets to Cher. We get to Cher's show. We get in to the show, and then at the doors of the arena, someone put up signs saying that the show had been canceled for the night. And it was a long run of it. Cher was basically in a pissing match with the management or something. And if the show was not at least like 80%, so there was some number that if it was not sold out enough, like sold to 80%, I'm making up that number, but I think it was something around that. If it was not sold to 80%, she would not go on stage. And I can see that. Cher is no Pink, and Pink is no Cher. I could see Cher being petty and all of that. And I still love her. I've seen her in concert numerous times too. Just love her for a different reason. But we get there and it's canceled. So then the entire reason that we went to Las Vegas that specific weekend was to see her. But yeah, so I think we ended up going to like a gay bar and watch Dick Dancers or something instead. But yeah, still a fun night. But yeah, back to the zit thing. Eric is saying my mother splurged on Stridex pads for my brother and me. She was on a crusade against teenage acne. I bought that today too, thinking that maybe if I could reduce it to 1 step, because I didn't want to buy the whole system today because I don't know enough about it, and they're not cheap. So I bought the Stridex pads, and they have a 5-in-1 pad where if you don't wash your face, I think that it counts because it is a cleanser, a toner, a treater, and I think it may even have moisturizer in it. because I keep telling him that too. And a lot of people don't realize this, that a lot of times, even if you have oily skin, moisturizing is so important, because if you don't moisturize, your skin will just produce more oil if you dry it out. You always have to moisturize. Monica had acne. Did you? I don't recall that. Grandmother took you to a dermatologist. Yeah, I don't recall that at all. But there's lots of things I don't recall. And then what else? If y'all have any, I only have one more thing left on my card, so we may cut this off short. But I have only one more thing to say, and that is, we were talking at the top of the broadcast about school schedules and such. The Mason currently, so last week was a 4-day week for Mason. He was off on Wednesday because it was parent-teacher conference day. For those who observe, which we did not. Todd was out of town, and I don't know enough of it. He has got fine grades now. This week was a 4-day week because Monday was like a teacher in-service day or something. Next week is a 4-day week because they have Friday off for May break, or their fall break rather. Fall break for them is that Columbus Day weekend. So they have Friday off, and then the next week is a 4-day week, and they have Monday off. And at some point, we're just going to hit Thanksgiving, right? So Mason is just, that sounds like the dream though. 4-day weeks, especially if you're on this, see, my forehead's not moving, is it? Like I am like, I actually do like a little bit of expression. I think the Botox was a little bit too much because it was just completely dead zone. This at least still has a little bit of life in it. But back to 4-day week. So because they're on a block schedule, it's like they have green days and blue days, and they have different classes on each of those days. But if it's a 5-day week, it fucks everything up, and they end up having this, they call it Warrior Friday. Their mascot is a warrior. Warrior Friday, where they have all of the classes for like 30 minutes each. And that sounds like pure hell to me. So maybe 4-day week. A lot of schools are actually going to 4-day week. A lot of smaller school districts are going to 4-day weeks. Monica, does Snook, where you work, is that thinking about it? Because it's like Snook-like school districts that are small and are having issues attracting teachers and stuff are moving towards that. I know there's some around y'all that are doing that too. Anyway, Claire did tell me in the car, she was like, we're just using Botox as kind of the generic about it. Your Botox looks much less unusual this time. I'll take the compliment. So that is all I have today. Did not watch the debate last night. Have not even really read much about it. I think the one thing I did read is there was an article in the Wall Street Journal this morning, not in the opinion section. I avoid that section because that's crazy pants. But I like their reporting overall. But there was someone that was saying that for all of the Never Trump people, for all of the that we've got to find an alternative, and also ran kind of thing, that time is up for that, because they're not really coalescing around anyone. They thought it was going to be Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis has just kind of fallen flat. I don't know what everyone loved about him in the first place, but that's just me. They're now saying Nikki Haley should have been their person, which would have been interesting. That I don't know how they would get enough support for her, even if they were to run her, because I think a lot of people who are on that side would rather vote for a white man, even if he's a Democrat, over a woman of Indian heritage. So anyway, Monica's saying most schools around us are doing it. However, the 5th day is a rotation day for employees. School is not closed. Oh, interesting. So is it like a like an in-service day kind of thing, or a like open period? Because that's the other thing. Mason's schedule has it has 2 open periods a day in it, where he is kind of independently able to go. Like one of them, the entire school high school has an open period. So all of the teachers are available to like counsel the kids. The kids can go in for a little bit of extra tutoring or questions or that sort of thing. And then all the kids have a second like study hall or open period kind of thing, but those are staggered just so they can like work on homework, relax, grab a snack, that kind of stuff. Because his lunch is not until 1:30, which is crazy to me too. Students can attend if they need extra help on is Friday always the 5th day? That's what I'm do. So the Trump wannabe, no political spirit, is the front runner. Scary. Is that guy, the one who with the big hair, the Indian guy? I thought he wasn't like the front runner right now. I thought Nikki Haley was the front runner, but I'm not following it that. I already know who I'm voting for, so I don't really pay that much attention. Anyway. Alrighty, well, that is all I have got for the day. Brandon, by the way, I owe you a call. We need to go to lunch. Need to catch up. So, okay. So I don't see anything else. Send me your recommendations on regimens for teenage boy face care, skin care. And with that, I'm going to say bye. I love you. It's important to know you were loved. I love that you watched this. Thank you so much. I'm forgetting the rest of my lines. Don't should yourself to death. No good comes from should. And I will see you most likely. I'm going to try to start a Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule because I can't do 5 days a week. But Mason's schedule changes, and when I have to pick him up at 3:30 instead of 1:40, it's all a mess. But anyway, so with that, I'm going to say when I see you next, most likely on Monday. I'm messing up my taglines here. I'll see you Monday, most likely at 4:30 for another episode of Cooped Up Live, should I say. Talk to you later. Bye, y'all. Bye. I'm all over the place. Maybe this die sport has gone to my brain.